Hey YouTube, I'm back again, once again with a pickups slash unboxing. So at the end of the last pickups video, I was still waiting on 2 parcels arriving. One did arrive yesterday, and I'm still waiting on the one coming from Germany. I'm assuming that's the one I'm waiting for. This doesn't look like it came from Germany. So the other one, the one I'm assuming is coming from Germany. It's been nearly 2 weeks since I ordered that, or nearly 2 weeks since it was posted, I should say. Now obviously there's no post on a Saturday, so it wouldn't have come today anyway. But normally this is come from Momex, or Momox, however you pronounce it, on eBay. And normally they're 3 days, very rarely more than 3 days, even from Germany. But obviously things are a bit strained, I guess, with the postal service at the moment. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that it arrives sometime soon. But for now, we're just going to unbox this. As you can see right here, there's another box. This is just what these came in. I got these off Facebook. Picked them up a couple of days ago, and that was just the box that the guy I bought them off put them in. Now I am going up to Bishop Auckland tomorrow to get some more Blu-rays off Facebook. But there's going to be quite a few of those, and with what I've got here and this parcel, and possibly if that next parcel comes on Monday, we're going to have enough for 2 decent length videos rather than one super long video, which you all know I don't like doing, and we're already a couple of minutes into this one and I ain't even started looking at anything yet. So we're going to have enough of the waffling on and we're going to get into this one. So we've just got this one parcel, which is pretty well taped up actually, and there's very little room inside there. I've squashed it right in, so I'm going to have to be very careful. I'm just going to move that out of the way a little bit, just give myself a little bit more room. Yeah, I'm going to have to be very careful as I'm cutting this, not to cut into anything inside. If there is a slip cover, if this is what I'm assuming it is, there is a slip cover, and I wouldn't want to damage it. So it looks like we've got in there okay. So we have, this is another 88 Films Italian collection release. This been the, is it, how would you pronounce that? Paganini? I'm going to go with Paganini Horror. Prior to this release, I'd never heard of this film. It's the usual 88 Films, although this time you've got a reasonable, for what 88 Films do, that's quite a reasonable booklet. They don't normally do that much, so they're definitely getting better. And we've got, of course, inside art, which, if I'm not mistaken, that looks identical. So I think they're going with the inside art, just not having the rating. Although, once again, as with the last one, there's no Italian collection information on the spine, whereas on this, obviously, there is. We've got spine number 52 from 1989. So this is actually a more recent one. One thing I also did notice from the cover of this, we've got Daria Nicolodi in this one, which is always nice to see. And other than, of course, Donald Pleasance, I don't really know any of the actors. Of course, it's got the slipcover, which is a limited edition to, where is it? There it is. It's normally 3,000 with these more recent ones, but it doesn't actually say. Or is it 2,000? I know a lot of the early ones were as little as 100, some at 200, some at 500, and a good chunk of them at 1,000. But I think these more recent ones, I guess they're selling more. At 3,000. I'm pretty sure that last one, although I forgot to mention it in the video, it did say on the back there that it was limited to 3,000. So yeah, I'm chuffed about that. It's another one from the Italian collection to add to my collection. Awesome. Now I'm just going to quick move around here and then come back. Yep, so like I mentioned, this box of Blu-rays was advertised on Facebook. The guy was asking 15 quid, which I don't think was an awful deal. Quite a few of these I already own. There's a few that I don't, and there's a couple specifically I have been wanting to get. And there's one DVD box set in here as well, which was a kind of a clincher as well, although it would have been nice if those two films were on Blu-ray, but they're not. Not in this set at least. I'm sure they're available on Blu-ray. So yeah, when I messaged him about these to see if they were still available, I said, I sent him a message saying, would he accept £10 for them? And he said yes. So I was very chuffed. So we'll get the DVD out the way first. So it's some films I've not seen for a long time, but definitely favourites from when I was a kid. The Clint Eastwood classics, Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. Great films. Like I say, it's just a shame that these aren't Blu-ray editions, but I'll take these. I don't, or at least I didn't own either of these films on DVD or even VHS, let alone any other formats, so I'm happy to have got them. There are 17 items in this box, but there's a total of 20 films, so I'm going to go out on a ledge and say that these cost me 50p a film, which is not untrue, just there's a couple of sets, that's all, but yeah, 50p a film, so for £1, I'm happy to, I'd pay that any day for that set. I was really chuffed with that. Then this one I do own, but I own a foreign version, so yeah, I'll swap this one out. Maid of Honor. I've never seen it. I don't know that I've owned it for that long. I'm just trying to think where I got it. I'm assuming it was probably something like Cash Converters, or maybe even the car boot sale. I very much doubt that I found it in CX, just because it doesn't have the UK rating on. I know sometimes they don't like taking things that don't have a UK rating, although I had seen Australian films in there before where they've put their own stickers on. So, but if it had a sticker on with a UK rating on, I'm sure I would have remembered that. So yeah, Maid of Honor. Due date. I didn't love this film. In fact, I didn't really like it that much. I don't know, maybe I was just in the wrong mood at the time. I mean, it is the director of The Hangover, and it's Zach. There's Robert Downey Jr. obviously, but Zach Galifianakis is in it. Which other stuff I've seen him in, I haven't minded, but he did annoy me quite a bit in this film. So I don't know. Some Top Gear. Perfect Road Trip 2. I almost bought this on Music Magpie last weekend in their 2 for £3 deal, and I'm glad I didn't now, because yeah, 50p. Equalizer, a film I've not seen yet, but I hear it's pretty good. I used to like the series back in the 80s with Edward Woodward. I don't know how this compares to that. or if it even follows the story at all. Now there is a digital code in here. I don't know if it's going to work. It may have already been redeemed. It may have even gone out of date, but I don't know for sure. But there it is. Anyone wants to give it a try, by all means, just let me know. What's the date on there? So it's 31st of the 12th 2018. That doesn't always mean that it's expired. Quite often they go on beyond that, but who knows. But like I say, yeah, if it works, if you try it, or even if it doesn't work, either way, just post it down in the comments so I can pin it and people can see that it's been used or it just didn't work. Now, I don't own this particular version of this movie, Casino Royale, but I do have 2 other copies of this film, and I haven't checked this one yet. But on I say recent, but it's probably a couple of months at least now, maybe a bit more. I got what was supposed to be was it director's cut or extended version of this film, but it's appeared certainly in length to be exactly the same as the deluxe version that I own, which I know came out prior to that. And one of the things it said on this more recent one that I bought, that it said the first time on Blu-ray for that particular cut of the movie. So I'm not sure, but I haven't checked. But this I'm pretty sure the slim case edition, and I've only ever seen this release in the slim case edition with the old Sony spine there. Is it Sony? No, it's MGM. So why would it have the Sony spine? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe just I'm reading into it wrong. But anyway, I'm pretty sure this is the original release on Blu-ray, especially with the PlayStation 3 sticker on the front. So this might be the theatrical release, but I don't know that for sure. I'm going to have to look into that. It also looks like it's either out of a box set, probably, as opposed to a standard release. So that might make a difference. Anyway, Casino Royale. State of play. Don't really know anything about this movie. Another one that I'm not really familiar with, The Killer Inside Me, but seems to have a decent cast. I Spit on Your Grave 2. This been, I think, the sequel to the remake, as opposed to the original. In the 70s, the original came out. I do have the original, but I don't have the remake of the first movie. Great comedy, of course. Zombieland. Love this film. Still haven't seen the sequel. Then we've got a full set. Well, no, actually, we haven't got quite a full set. But we've got a set of Pirates of the Caribbean, always slipcovers, which is always nice. I need to double check these in mine, because I think 1 or 2 of mine might not be in the best condition. And these slipcovers look really good. So we've got Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and these are all 2-disc editions as well. The World's End, and On Stranger Tides. Although the second disc on this one is just a DVD copy of the movie, as opposed to these 3. You've got an extra Blu-ray disc with special features. We're getting close to the end. I've pulled these last few out. So this one, I'm not entirely sure why this is in here. We'll see in a moment. Ocean's 13, great sequel. Love this movie. I already own it, but it's the only one of the original 3 that I had. I did get Ocean's 8 more recently. That said, I've got all 3, 11, 12 and 13 on HD DVDs. I do own them, high definition, but of course Warner Brothers, so who knows if they'll even now, if they play. It's a while since I've put any of them in on HD DVD, but in the future there's a good chance that they might stop working. And then these last 2 were the ones that I really wanted this whole set for, as well as that Clint Eastwood set, and worth the money just for these, I think. And the reason why, I don't know why Ocean's 13 was amongst these lot, because we've got Oceans 11, 12 and 13 in a set. Now, I've been looking at this in CEX for a while now, and just waiting for the price to drop. At least for my local CEX, had them in last year, a little too expensive for me, and then they went out, and I don't think they'd had them in stock for a while. So as well as waiting for the price to drop, also waiting for one of the local ones to get them back in stock. But yeah, equivalent to £1.50, I'm happy with that. So you got all 3 movies on there. I'm assuming I did check, I'm sure that they're all individual discs. Oh yeah, I remember looking, yeah. So happy about that. And then finally from this bunch, we've got Pulp Fiction. One of the last 2, I think, Tarantino movies that I needed to get to complete the set. The one being Jackie Brown, which I don't own yet. Love this film. Is it my favourite? It's got to be up there. I've got to say, I do really enjoy this one. I saw it originally in the cinema. I think it was, I want to say it was the first Tarantino movie I saw. I mean, it was only his second movie. And I saw this at the cinema, and I want to say it wasn't until after that I got a VHS copy of Reservoir Dogs, which, as much as I did enjoy, nowhere near as much as I enjoy this film. So there we go. Yeah. Some nice pickups from Facebook. So I was happy about that. And they were just, 10 minutes up the road as well, which I was really happy about. And then one off eBay, of course. When I got back that evening, I scanned every single one of these into, well, not that one, but every single one of these into CEX. I couldn't do them as had to cat as selling to CEX to see what the trading value was, because quite a few of these are trading to store only items, which means you can't add them to your cart. So short of me writing them all down and having them on, which I couldn't be asked to do. I'm not entirely sure what the trading value for all this is, but it's well over a tenner. But I did add them to cart if I was going to buy them from CEX, just to see what CEX would sell all these for. And when I finished and checked my card, it said 64, 65 pounds. And I thought, that can't be right. There's nowhere near worth that much. And then of course I realised that every single one had £1.95 added for postage. So it actually worked out about £32. So if I was able to walk into a CEX and they had all of these on the shelf, it would cost me £32 to buy them. So to get them for a tenner, I think I've got a great deal, to be fair. But this next lot that I'm going to get tomorrow, assuming this guy emails me, messages me back. I spoke to him a couple of times last night on Facebook, and I gave him the list that I wanted, and he said there was only one that he didn't have that he'd already sold, because he's got listed with pictures over, it didn't say over 100, it just says hundreds of Blu-rays. Now there isn't hundreds of different titles, unfortunately. There's a lot of samey stuff, and this Casino Royale, I think, was the one he had most of. He's got probably about 10 or 15 copies of that, but he's got multiple copies of The Hunger Games and a bunch of other movies. So I would say maybe it's 20 to 30% of those titles are multiples of those titles, but that's still, there was close to 30 there that I wanted. Some I bought just for the cases, for the red or black cases, but the rest, for my collection, there was just too many to start searching. There was nothing that stood out, at least, but just too many to start searching on CEX to see whether there's any worth buying just for trade. But like I said, there was nothing there that I thought, oh yeah, that's definitely going to be worth some money. That you know, something like a Pulp Fiction or an Ocean's. Actually, there's probably one that now I think back, might be worth some money, and I have added that to my list, but it's not for me, it's for somebody else. So I'm not gonna, I will actually check it when I get it, see if it's worth trading in, but I'm not going to do that because, you know, he's already paid me for it, and I wouldn't do that anyway. You know, if I've promised to get something for someone, then I'm going to get it for them. But yeah, all been well. This time tomorrow, I'll have those in hand. Although I still won't have that other parcel in hand. So I might well have another video out tomorrow. It depends when I put this one up, because it's early evening now, Saturday. But yeah, like I said, like I was saying, I got sidetracked for a minute there. I spoke to the guy on Facebook a few times, and it was getting quite late, and I was hoping to come and collect them today, but he's working all day today, and he said he wasn't going to be able to look through, because there was seriously piles of these Blu-rays. He wasn't going to go through them until after work today, which is fair enough. It was late last night, but he would send me a message this evening to let me know, you know, what he'd got. And although he did tell me the ones that I picked he hasn't sold, apart from one. Yeah, so hopefully I'll get a message saying, you know, when to go. As far as I know at the moment, I only know the town that's advertised. You know, I don't have an address, so it's not as if I can just go and get them. But I don't see any reason why he wouldn't message me to say, you know, come and get them tomorrow. I mean, we did tentatively say when I suggested coming today, and he said he was working, but Sunday was fine. So we agreed that I'm going to collect these tomorrow. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm wittering on once again, and again we're getting to a very long video. I don't know how this happens every time. Well, I can guess. I do chatter too much, I think, sometimes. So yeah, I'm going to go this time, and hoping well, I'll be recording another video tomorrow, probably a longer one. So yeah, thanks very much, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ra.